Right now at 6, a family with children taken hostage following an armed robbery. The suspect still on the loose.
I'm Tyler Bergen. An alarming pattern of armed robberies in western Montana. We're asking the question, are they linked?
Live in high definition, this is NBC Montana News at 6.
2 armed suspects still on the loose, a family and their children safe after being taken hostage early this morning. Good evening, I'm Taylor Winkle. Thank you for joining us. We have team coverage of the carjacking, looking at it from multiple angles. But first, let's go over the nuts and bolts of what happened. 2 armed men robbed Deano's casino west of Missoula at about 3:30 a.m. They took off in a hijacked vehicle with hostages still inside. Officers chased them through downtown Missoula but lost track of them. A short time later, the hijacked vehicle was found near Evero Hill, north of Missoula. Here's what you need to know. The suspects are between the ages of 19 and 25. The first described as black, 5 feet 8 inches tall. The second is described as white, about 5 feet 6 inches tall with blue eyes. Both weigh 140 to 165 pounds, and both wore black colored pants, a sweatshirt, sunglasses, a hoodie, and black bandanas. If you see them, call 911. Our Montana McLaughlin's been following the story since it began and tailed deputies during the chase.
A family from Lake Stevens, Washington, caught in the crossfire of armed robbery, carjacking, and a hostage situation.
There's a husband and wife, at least one child, and a mother-in-law.
It all started when 2 suspects held Deano's casino employees at gunpoint. Workers say they took money from the safe, then sped off in one stolen car, ditched it, and found another car with a family inside. Moments later,
That was a shot, but he ain't taking a shot.
gunshots.
Okay, it's confirmed. Both males are armed.
Law enforcement tailed the car until speeds got too high and dangerous. I barely had a second to catch this video.
Tell them to stop the car and let everybody else out. It's only willing to let one kid out right now.
That's the hijacked vehicle driving away after dropping off the first hostage, a 12-year-old boy. A 15-year-old girl and her grandmother were released a few blocks away, but the armed men held on to the parents.
It was rough on them to let their children out and their children give them kisses goodbye, not know if they were going to see them again.
After a nearly hour-long chase, they got away. Then the abandoned vehicle was later spotted near Evero Hill.
And it was around 5:20 this morning that the parents were reportedly on Highway 93 North.
The parents were safe, but there was no sign of the suspects.
We believe were ultimately picked up at some point by an accomplice.
Deputies warned residents to stay inside and brought in special reinforcement. And canines searched the area. It all led back to the main road.
We're very sure that they were making arrangements to have that done while traveling up to that area.
Now, authorities aren't sure where they could be headed. In Missoula County, Montana McLaughlin, NBC Montana.
Now, the armed robbery is not the first in recent memory. In fact, the Deano's that was robbed is the same one where a robber armed with a knife last February was chased off by a clerk before he could take any money. That suspect matched descriptions in 2 other robberies in Missoula, though law enforcement officials declined to go as far as saying they were committed by the same person.